Hey everyone, Happy New Year! And I'm back. I actually wanted to do a big video, but I got really tired this week, so I decided to make it into a tiny series, and it's gonna be at every beginning of a new season. So the thing I did was creating character designs of the winter months. I know I'm pretty late because it's already January, but I felt like maybe it's better for a new year to do this, so we can do it throughout the year. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the first episode, I guess. I started with December because I know it's not the start of the year, but when I think about months, winter is built up. It's like December is the first for me, so I started with that one. And I wanted to do a little experience with the pose. I wouldn't say I'm too happy about it, so I guess I need to study more pose anatomy. It's not just like how an arm is built up, it's really how you see it when it moves, basically. What I tried to mean. And with December, I mostly think about New Year and Christmas, so I went with Christmas. I decided to take on the Santa hat. For most people it's like, of course you take up on the Santa hat, but for me, we actually where I am from, we actually have Santa Claus Day on on Michael's Day. We have the birthday Michael, not birthday, the name birthday, name day, I don't know how you call it, in December, so we celebrate Santa Claus that time, and that's why we have Santa Claus that day. And when Christmas is around, we have, I guess, tiny Jesus giving presents. It's really interesting. I don't know why is it, don't ask me how we have this. Someday I should Google it. So I went with Santa Claus and so there's the hat which shows Santa Claus and a big Christmas hoodie, and it's also Christmas themed. About the skin colors, I really went with pale because it's winter, so the sun is out less, so you have a harder time to get tanned. I think the arm and the hand needs more work. The next one was January. I don't know how you feel in January, but I usually so exhausted. It's really the time of the year when I feel really drowned usually. So it's never really like, it's the new year, I can do new stuff, new year, new me. It's really like, oh my gosh, I have to survive January, and it's really strange. One of the solutions that I've been told is due to biological hour in my body and the fact that I grew up and that I'm still living in a place where we have 4 seasons, so my body probably adjusts to it. So that's why that person told me my body just sleeps at that time, so it's okay to be tired. And I was like, okay, I feel better about hearing this. So that's why I decided to go with someone who just sleeps on the couch. Yeah, that was the 2 words that I wanted to say at the same time. That's why I paused to be like, is this the right word? It's also, I wanted to try out something new to explore, because I can feel like I get in a place where I'm normally comfy, and I just don't and I'm kind of happy how usually the art turns out, but then I don't explore and I grow less, and I wanted to try this out, especially that I was like, for January I can't really think of any big day, so if you know one, hit me up with it. I really want to associate January with something else than just sleeping on the couch with a blanket. So, and for the blanket I don't know if I really nailed it. I think I should have added more details, but I just forgot. I wanted to create a look which gives off the blanket made out of granny squares. One day I really want to do for myself a blanket that I crocheted with granny square. Also maybe a jumperish thingy, but making my phone case was, can I say, I'm gonna link it in the video, I said it. So when I made that, I was like, oh, granny squares are pretty fun to make because they are pretty easy, so you can basically watch something while you make it, and it's really repetitive, so it doesn't need too much of a brain work. But yeah, it's kind of hard to make. I mean, it's tedious to make, and that's why it's hard to make. And the last winter month is February. I firstly thought of creating a characters around Valentine's Day, because I definitely feel like that's the most famous celebration day in February. But then I remembered we have carnivals, and since I'm not in high school, we don't really celebrate it anymore, which is kind of bummer because it's just a nice day to have an opportunity to be silly and goofy. But I guess in university it's harder to make that happen because you can't really tell if uni is gonna be around at carnival times. Is it a moving celebration day? I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, I have to check it though, now that I said it. So yeah, I decided to create a mask. So let's start with the pose. At this point, I was really fed up with, I don't know how to draw this, I have to learn that. So I was like, okay, let's stick with a stiff pose that I usually draw, but let's make the appearance a little bit more complicated than I usually do, so there is something challenging in it. I meant the little details. And so with the mask I really felt like, okay, add more details because you are gonna cover up the face most excited parts, in my opinion. So let's just do something crazy. So I went with a crazy mask with gems on it and feathers and a little bit asymmetrical. So I did sew it as well. I imagine this character must be constantly at parties because, carnival is a big party. And we are talking about winter months, so we are needing one white hair character, so there they are. Also, you may have noticed there were one part where there was a big skip. The reason for it, I forgot to press the record button on my OBS, so there were some parts missing, but it's just the coloring layers, so it's nothing interesting about it. And I had a little bit harder time to figure out the colors, so you have that instead. So yeah, and looks like nowadays I'm really using one of the effects brush, whatever, so I'm getting really bored of with that, and I still haven't figured out how I feel about it. So let me know. I think it helps with 3D effects, but I don't know if I nailed it. This is the first video of 2024, yay! And as I mentioned before, I want to make this a little bit of a series. It's gonna be 4 videos, so, and bye!